On July the 24th, calling the meeting to order for the BEDC. The BEDC Board reserves the right to reconvene, recess, or realign the regular session or call executive session on order of business at any time prior to adjournment. So the meeting's called to order. First off, do we have any public comments?
No, sir, we do not.
Very good. Move on to regular business. Let's see, 3.A, approval of meeting minutes from the regular BEDC board meeting of June 26, 2023.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those not? Motion carries. Very good. 3.B, receive the financial report provided by the City of Bastrop's Chief Financial Officer for the period ending June 2023, and any comments?
Hi, good evening. So this report, I don't know where the clicker is. Thank you. So this report reflects $3.2 million in revenue, a little over $1.5 million in expenses, which gives us a variance about 1.7. On sales tax, we're pretty much running just about break even, just slightly below where we're forecasted at. On the forecast of operating expenditures, we are running 34% forecast to actual, so we're right at about $1 million in expenditures as of June 30th. On the capital outlay, Jackson Street, we've outlaid $530,000. At the bottom where I'm showing the Series 2013, I have made an entry in July, so you'll see this in the July reports. Went ahead and transferred. I did an exchange to go ahead and wipe that 2013 bond out because there's no reason to continue to carry that 2013. So it actually will lower on the EDC side expense because I'm moving that expense over and exhausting the rest of those bond funds. So you'll see that in the July report. I just wanted to point that out. So you'll actually see that zero out next month.
So do we have a time frame of when we're going to actually spend the remainder of that, the $1.6469 million?
I mean, I don't know when you're going to spend it.
Okay.
That's the industrial park. We've received some, are you talking Jackson Street?
Yes.
I'd have to get it into you.
That line item actually includes Jackson Street and the industrial infrastructure. That includes the 1.6 contract as well and the Jackson Street extension. It includes both of the DUSEC contracts. That
Got
one
it.
line.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. This report also includes the investment report as of the quarter ending June 30th. So right now we are sitting at about $10.8 million in book value investments. We've earned almost $300,000 in interest through this quarter, which we're running about a return of 2.68. So if you go one more page, Rick, these are the CDs and the pools that we have the money carried in. And you can see that some of the lower interests, we're finally kind of exhausting some of those real lower ones and have the higher ones picking up that slack now. So we're going to start seeing that rate of return continue to go up. And that's really it for the report.
Any questions? All right, then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Move on to 3.C. Discussion and possible action on resolution number R 2023-0010, approving a request by Mocha Ventures Nebraska LLC for a second 6-month extension on the commencement of construction date stipulated in Article 8, Section 3C, if the First Amendment amended and restated Economic Development Performance Agreement of February 7th, 2022, and Resolution R 2023-0001, granting a 6-month extension on the project in the Bastrop Business and Industrial Park.
So, Board, this was a request by MOCA. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication as to when the streets were actually going to be in, when they could actually start work. MOCA has assured in good faith they are proceeding. We do not have any information submitted yet from MOCA to staff for review. In addition, there were some errors to the Doucette posting on Civcast, so we went ahead and pulled that down. So we will be reposting the public process, the bidding process on the construction in the next week or so. So we anticipate the roads and things getting into place in a timely fashion, and MOCA now understanding that they could begin within that process. One doesn't have to be finished before they can move forward.
Chair Spencer, I have a question. When we voted on this first extension, I asked then if it should be longer than 6 months. And so I guess I'll ask that question again. Do we think 6 months is enough this time?
So this is for the commencement of construction. I think in 6 months they can have a shovel in the ground.
Well, that's the date that we were discussing last time too,
Yeah.
right?
If the board wants to give a year, I think that's perfectly reasonable given the changes in the economy.
I think that would probably.
I don't know if it causes any trouble. I'm just trying to
No.
make it easier on the,
No trouble.
Yes, we don't
If we
come
think,
back
do you think it should be 9 months or a year? I don't care, but it just.
Well, I think 12 months if we were going to play it safe, and if they can start at any point within that, I don't anticipate any issues any further. I think we're on a better path.
And then the other question that I had asked was if we were changing the commencement date and giving it an extension for that, was there anything else in the agreement that subsequently needed to be amended because we're starting later?
I think
So-
all of the time periods would have to roll forward.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
but I was told there weren't other dates last time I asked.
We'll make sure everything rolls forward.
All right, so then do we need to amend then the resolution then to extend it for, call it a year versus 6 months? Is that what we're discussing? Is that what we're proposing?
Yes.
Okay. I guess we need to have a motion on the amendment of that resolution then.
Okay. I make a motion that we extend the resolution for the 12 months. I guess everything else there will stay the same except for the rollovers as applicable.
Is that correct, Charlie?
Yep. I'm sorry, Charlie, what? Did Charlie's office see the resolution? There's C of O date.
Correct. In the resolution, there was a typo. It said 2013 instead of 2023. That's been fixed.
So we don't have to address that because that's not how it's in the packet? That's no biggie, okay, good.
So Angela raised the issue about, in the agreement, the certificate of occupancy also has to be issued by 1/1/26. So if we're rolling everything forward a year, that would be 1/1/27.
Okay, so the motion should say we request until 1/1/27?
For their certificate of occupancy. You're
Right, so it's-
beginning, commencing construction by February 7th of 2024.
4.
No, I'm sorry, right? Yeah, of February? August 7th, 2024. I'm sorry, I don't know what day it is anymore.
Okay, so my motion should be that I request for the extension to move to 1/7/24.
No, the motion should state the commencement of construction by August 7th, 2024, and a certificate of occupancy by January 1st, 2027.
So be.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Can you get a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right, then the motion carries to amend that resolution. Very good. All right, moving on to 3D. Hold a public hearing for the purpose of providing the general public with information concerning a proposed economic development project being considered by the BEDC and for receiving public input regarding same as follows. Pursuant to LGC Section 505.158, the BEDC is proposing to extend Type B economic development funds to undertake and to fund a revolving loan fund program in the amount of $30,000 per fiscal year.
Yes, Chair Spencer. And the EDC Board, my apologies. So because this project falls under Local Government Code 505.158, and it does not create primary jobs or any of the other exceptions that fall under the exemption for holding a public hearing, and Mr. Zek can certainly weigh in here, we do need to hold a public hearing to get public input about us expending the funds for the revolving loan fund in the amount of $30,000. So you open the hearing, receive input, close the hearing, and then once that's done, we can finalize the next item, which is the resolution. And we do need to do that resolution because it actually takes the place of a resolution that was done in February that did not take into account the EDC contributing funds toward the project.
Okay, and when does that public hearing take place?
Right now.
Right now.
So you officially open it?
Okay, we're officially opening a public hearing then to discuss Resolution 2023-0011, approving the BEDC revolving loan fund program and the commitment to funding the program in the amount of $30,000. So, no public? Okay, well then we're closing the public portion of this meeting and moving on to the discussion and possible action on the resolution 2023-0011, approving the BEDC revolving loan fund program and commitment to funding in the amount of $30,000.
I motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to 3.f, updates on BEDC funding commitments.
Sorry for the really small font on the screen. Hopefully you have it in your packets. This was a request just keeping you in the loop of where we are in terms of commitments and what's been paid and outstanding. At this point, we are still working through third arrow. We will have that discussion in executive session. As you can see, Financial Way, which is MOCA, is still showing up, and then Jackson and Blakey, which are city CIP projects. We have technical adhesives, Fiesta. Fiesta is also in renegotiation right now. No increase in their net amount that they're requesting. They are simply requesting a change in their building plans. And we have Project Technical Adhesives, who has already submitted. So we're doing well with what we've got on the books.
All right, any questions? All right, very good. Then we're going to move on to executive session. Section 4, 4.a, the Bastrop EDC Board of Directors will meet in a closed executive session pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, to discuss the following. Number 1, Section 551.087, deliberation on economic development negotiations would be the Project Triple Arrow and Project Electric Lion. Number 2, Section 551.071, to seek the advice of legal counsel regarding matters related to economic development expenditures, incentives, and sales tax. And then 4B, and then we will reconvene when we get back into it. And right now it is 5:23 and we're going into executive session. It is 5:58 now on July the 24th. The Bastrop EDC Board of Directors will reconvene into open session to discuss, consider, and take any actions necessary related to the executive sessions noted herein. And I think we're just asking our executive director to continue with discussions on what we talked about in different projects. Other than that, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion, we are adjourned.